We welcome everybody that's watching the live stream. The sixth game of the opening round of 16 will feature the 6th seed Washington University in St. Louis Bears and the Penn State Nittany Lions, Washington University in St. Louis. The 6th seeds, they won the Great Lakes Division with a 12-8 win over Notre Dame. And Penn State Nittany Lions, the 11th seed, they defeated Villanova in the championship game of the Middle Atlantic Division, 17-9. Number 7 in the white cap, Ryan McLaughlin, loses the swim-off to number 5, Antonio Trendler, in the dark cap. So it'll be Washington University in St. Louis, the Bears in the dark caps moving left to right on your screen, and Penn State in the white caps moving right to left. Bears with the ball in deep on the right wing, into the center, roll away, and it goes wide. The attempt coming from Luke Bauer, the graduate student from St. Louis. So the Nittany Lions with their first attack of the game put it down deep on the left wing. It's Brian Jaglenski, the senior from Schwenksville, Pennsylvania, moving it up top. Pass is short, intended for center Nathan Weaver, the graduate student from London, Canada. He was not happy that the ball was so short. And so the Bears go to their second attack of the game. Into the center. Penn State exclusion for going over top of the center forward to play the ball. His first of the game, called against number 9, Louis Porter. Power play for Washington University in St. Louis. On the rebound retrieval, a new shot clock. On the change of possession, Penn State returns to full strength. Penn State goal, his first of the game, scored by number 16, Nathan Weaver. Time of the goal, 4:29. The score now, Nittany Lions 1, Bears 0. Errant pass goes right to the sloughing defender, Danny Crump. Penn State takes over, going for the home run pass, but alertly Asher Schwartz anticipated the pass and was out to steal it. It's on the left wing. Up top now, Sutton puts it on the right wing. Nick Hernandez moves it around. It's back to Sutton, puts it in the center. Oh, a power turn. A penalty shot has been called against Penn State's number 9, Louis Porter. His second of the game. Washington University in St. Louis penalty shot goal is first of the game, scored by number 8, Jack Engelberg. Time of the goal, 3:30. The score is now tied at 1. So now Ryan McLaughlin, the senior from Blue Bell, puts it in the center and rung off the crossbar on a nice step back. Colin Henry, the senior from Pennsburg, Pennsylvania, misses. The long lead pass, corralled nicely on the wing. Penn State exclusion for pulling back on the drive. His first of the game called against number 2, Danny Crump. Power play, Bears. On the missed shot and change of possession, Penn State returns to full strength. Washington University in St. Louis exclusion for going over top of the center forward to play the ball. His first of the game called against Antonio Chandler. Power play, Nittany Lions. Curled into a 3-3 from the left wing are the Lions. Crump goes to the curl. Oh, and a weak shot is blocked through the fence. On the change of possession, Washington University in St. Louis returns to full strength. So now it's Engelberg, puts it in, great position, but then coming back was Danny Crump to steal the ball. Good hands up defense from number 7, Ryan McLaughlin. McLaughlin with the ball. The economics major wants to be a financial management officer in the Air Force when he graduates. Tip save out of play by goalie Asher Schwartz. Corner throw and new shot clock for Penn State. The pass across. And it's Evan Hardick, a freshman from Reading, Pennsylvania, now in the game for Penn State. The quick cross pull and shot, and a beauty it was. Penn State cross-pull pass and shoot goal, his first of the game, scored by number 7, Ryan McLaughlin. Time of the goal, 35 seconds. And now trying to respond. The spin lob falls short from Washington and St. Louis. The long breakaway pass. Oh, this is going to be trouble. A penalty shot has been called against Washington University and St. Louis goalie Asher Schwartz, committing a foul with no defenders between him and the goal. And making no mistake about it, Ryan McLaughlin with back-to-back goals for the Penn State Nittany Lions. Penn State penalty shot goal is second of the game, scored by number 7, Ryan McLaughlin. Last chance shot coming up, and it's stuffed by McLaughlin, who is on fire to end the quarter. He scored at the end of the first quarter of play. The Penn State Nittany Lions in white caps 3. Washington University and St. Louis Bears in dark caps 1. Well, the Bears came out strong in the early going, opened the scoring, but then it's been 3 straight unanswered Penn State goals, and the Nittany Lions will carry a 2-goal advantage into the second quarter. We'll be back with that second quarter action right after the short break. You're watching CWPA coverage of the 2024 National Men's Collegiate Club Water Polo Championships, coming to you from the University of Florida.
Cap 7 Tip of the Week. Hi, I'm Brad Schumacher, two-time Olympic gold medalist and co-founder of Cap 7 International. Today I'm going to be talking about when to take a specific shot, okay, at 2 meters. So when you think about this, it comes down to where the defender is on you. Okay, so my favorite shot to take is a sweep shot. Number 1, it's the least amount of work, and it allows me to get off a quick shot, and it sets up the shots that I'm going to do later in the game. So, for instance, if I take a quick sweep, right, I score the ball. The next time, I might go sweep, fake sweep to a backhand. Then I might switch to my left hand and do a sweep. Then I might go left hand, backhand. Okay, and finally, when the player's trying to guess and I go backhand and they stop me, I'll flip underneath and do a layout when they're not expecting it. Again, it's all about feel of where the defender is behind me to set things up.
And Antonio Trendler with the swim-off win again. The Bears will go to the first attack of the second quarter. Long cross-pool pass. And it's Trendler trying to turn the corner. He dumps it off to the left side. Not much movement from the Washington University offense. And Penn State crashes in on the drive. Takes the ball away from James Sutton, the graduate student from Garden Grove, California. Louis Porter, senior from King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, gets it on the wing. And not a good decision there by Brian Yaglenski to try to force the ball into the center with a large blocker between him and the center forward. And he had room when he first caught the ball to shoot, elected not to. Sutton looks things over, flips it again to the left side. He likes to send the ball down on the deep left wing. but the Nittany Lions defense is dropping off on the center forward, number 2, Andrew Wilbert. The shot from Sutton is deflected out of play. Corner throw awarded to Washington University in St. Louis on the goalie save out of play by Dan Tumolo. Tumolo, a senior from Blue Bell, Pennsylvania, makes another save. So the Nittany Lions go to work. It's deep on the right wing. McLaughlin with the ball. Sends it up to fellow lefty Crump. Gets it back. And a diving save by Asher Schwartz. Offensive turnover foul called against Washington University in St. Louis on the counterattack, pulling back to get an advantage. Yaglenski sends it on the wing. Crump in a scramble is fouled. Sends it up for McLaughlin. Keeps it going around the top for Porter. Porter with a foul and shoot opportunity. Fakes, passes. Now it's Fensell. Crosspool, no time on the shot clock. Delay of game called against Penn State's number 6, Brian Yaglenski, for throwing the ball away on the turnover. Yaglenski is excluded for holding on the counterattack. Washington University in St. Louis will go to the power play after its full team timeout. Goalie Asher Schwartz will send the Bears to the power play after the full team timeout. 4-2 formation. Rotating to a 3-3. Oh, and getting the ball into the post. The defense of the Nittany Lions completely went to sleep. Washington University in St. Louis goal on the power play, his first of the game, scored by number 4, Jude Lucia. Time of the goal, 4:33. Score now, Nittany Lions 3, Bears 2. The pass intended for a driving Ryan McLaughlin is tipped away at the defense on a nice play by James Sutton. Quick outlet, mid-pool on the left side. Trying to turn with the ball is Trendler. Goes cross-pool to Mateo Dall'Olmo, a junior from Los Angeles now in the game for the Bears. He passes and drives. Now it's Sutton, long distance, way in the corner. Throws it away. So now Brian Yaglenski controls the ball for the Nittany Lions. Working up top with Porter, gets it back. Yaglenski went to Sutterton High School, but the ball is stolen away on a nice play by Jack Engelberg. Economics and computer science major. Went to Harvard Westlake School in Los Angeles. Played for the LA Premier Water Polo Club. Now it's into the center. A great backhand! Beautifully set up. Antonio Mendez Trendler went like he was going to go for a power forehand turn move. And halfway through that forehand turn, he reversed his hand and shot backhand. Washington University in St. Louis, backhand goal from the center. Ties the game up at 3-3 at 3:08. Penn State will go to the offense after its full team timeout. Dan Tumalo will send Penn State to the offense after the team timeout. So head coach Todd Roth, his 10th year as at the helm of the Nittany Lions. Wanted to get his team turned around, but it didn't happen. Offensive turnover foul in the center, pushing off. A great diving stop by Dan Tumalo, anticipating the shot to the short side on the cross-pool pass, and he stuffed it. Crump down the wing. McLaughlin. Washington University and St. Louis exclusion for two hands down holding the center. His first of the game called against number 10, James Sutton. On the missed shot and change of possession, the Bears are back to full strength. So another missed opportunity for the Nittany Lions. Now it's in the center and a great step back power move by Andrew Wilbert, the junior from Trumbull, Connecticut. Financial engineering major, wants to work in Nashville when he graduates. Washington University in St. Louis, goal from the center, his first of the game, scored by number 2, Andrew Wilbert. Time of the goal, 2 minutes. The score now, Bears 4, Nittany Lions 3. Asher Schwartz with the diving save and the turnover for the Bears. So now it's Wolbert. Left wing control by the Bears, not much movement. Now moving into post up. With a backhand that's saved out of play by Dan Tumalo was Luke Brouwer. Corner throw awarded to Washington University in St. Louis after the goalie save out of play. New shot clock. Pass intended for Brouwer in the center, skips past him. Taken by Ryan McLaughlin, who sends it back to Tumalo in the goal, and the senior makes a bad pass on the left wing, and it's stolen away on a nice play by Jacob Shenfield. Goes into the middle, driving hard is Hernandez. Offensive turnover foul, ball under, called against number 13, Nick Hernandez of Washington University in St. Louis. It was actually a clean steal by Antonio Trendler. So the Bears take over. Half a minute remains in the opening half. One full attack available to the Bears, should they decide to use it. Two seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock, so theoretically the Nittany Lions would have one more shot at it. Now it's up top, Wilbert. Oh, all alone in front, tipping the ball and then backhanding it. Each time, Tumalo was there to make the saves, his fifth and sixth saves of the game, taking the goal away from Trendler. They got to get the shot away quickly. There's the lob. Oh, off the post. It got by goalie Asher Schwartz. The score at the end of the first half of play, the Washington University and St. Louis Bears in dark caps 4, the Penn State Nittany Lions in white caps 3. Teams will now change ends, take a 5-minute break, and we'll be back with second half action. It's been an excellent contest between the two teams who've gone at each other, all guns blazing. We'll see what the second half has in store in this matchup. Could there be an upset? We've already had one upset today. The 4th-seeded Michigan Wolverines were upset by the 13th-seed Texas A&M Aggies, dropping the Wolverines down to the consolation round, a path only to 9th place if they win out, and Texas A&M into the top 8. So here we have the underdog Penn State Nittany Lions, only one behind Washington University in St. Louis, the number 6 seeds, but we'll see what happens in the second half. You are watching CWPA coverage of the 2024 Men's Collegiate Club National Championships, coming to you from the O'Connell Pool on the campus of the University of Florida.
Jack Bowen, and here's this week's goalie tip of the week.
Today we're going to talk about communication from the goalkeeper position. And this is really as much about leadership. I want to focus on 3 quick things for goalies to take into the goal so they can start communicating effectively with their teammates. First of all, personalize your communication. Look at the difference between the goalie who's floating the goal yelling, "Red, yellow, back," versus "Joe, back!" That's the kind of communication we want. A really quick sound, calling a teammate's name if possible, letting them know exactly what you need from them. So secondly, one of the most important things I think we can do as goalkeepers, right out of the gates, to establish what I call a culture of trust, is taking ownership of goals scored. Our job is not to place blame on who made a mistake, because typically
a lot of people made a mistake for a goal to be scored, including the goalkeeper. And so one recommendation, first practice out of the gates, when a goal is scored that was your responsibility, maybe it's a cross-cage shot when your field player is taken off the near side. Hey, Jeff, great shot blocking, that's mine. So this does two things. First, it lets Jeff know in that situation when the ball's at X4, he should be blocking strong side, and Jack, the goalie, is responsible for cross-cage. But more importantly, it sends a message to the team. I'm here as part of this team defense, and we're in this together. Because inevitably, Jeff is going to make a defensive error at some point in the next day, week. And you can say to Jeff, hey Jeff, remember when we're at X4, you gotta take strong side. He and your team now knows Jack's not blaming me or trying to shift the blame to me. He's reminding me, I have this, he has that. And what that starts to do is create this culture of trust and a team-oriented defense, that we're taking responsibility and letting everyone know when a shot that should have been blocked was not. And lastly, one of the favorite bits of advice that I got from my coach at Stanford, when I got to Stanford, Dante said to me, Jack, I want you to come up with an alarm sound. And I thought, this is not what I was really hoping for. What do you mean? Every time the ball turns over, come up with an alarm. So I'm going to share it with you, and you're free to use it. I came up with, here we go. And here's the beauty of this. Every single time that ball turned over, whether it was a steal from the weak side, a shot that went over the goal that wasn't touched, an offensive, whatever it was, here we go! And all 6 of the teammates took the first stroke. And as you know, counterattack is about outreacting the guy that you're guarding. And they got to understand that every single time, and this happened every single time in practice, they heard Jack's alarm sound, they could put their head down and take the first stroke. And so here we have another facet of goalkeeping that I think is really exciting if you take seriously, that you are responsible for communicating and for leading and developing your own sort of leadership, whatever that may be. And some things that can help you do that, making sure you're personalizing communication, taking ownership of goals scored, getting your team out on the counter, and establishing that culture of trust. For more goalie tips, check out Collegiate Water Polo Association's video library.
You're watching the CWPA broadcast brought to you by Cap 7.
Number 6 in the white cap, Brian Jaglenski, swimming off for Penn State, and he wins the swim off, defeating number 19, Matteo Dall'Olmo. So the Nittany Lions in white caps with the ball moving left to right on your screen as we begin the second half. Ball tipped in front, landed short, easily picked up by Asher Schwartz. And the Bears will get their first attack of the second half, leading by 1. A penalty shot has been called against Penn State's number 2, Danny Crump, going over top from behind to play a player with the ball who has clear access to the goal inside 5 meters. And Jack Engelberg makes no mistake, firing it home, the senior from LA. Washington University in St. Louis, penalty shot goal. His second penalty shot goal of the game, scored by number 8, Jack Engelberg. Time of the goal, 6:28. The score now, Bears 5, Nittany Lions 3. Out to steal the ball away was Asher Schwartz. He sends quickly Engelberg the other way. Cross pool. Pair of twos playing against each other. Danny Crump committing the ordinary foul on Andrew Wolbert. Trendler over, in, and a nice steal crashing back to get it was Ryan McLaughlin. And the Lions will take over. Porter down the wing. Left hand to right hand attempted turn by Matthew Fensel. Doesn't work. The senior from Camp Hill, Pennsylvania, unable to round the corner. It's up top now for Nathan Weaver. He lobs a pass over top of the intended target and out of bounds. The Bears on the counterattack. Down the wing. And the shot is wide to the short side. Ryan McLaughlin blocking with his left hand, but the angle of the block meant he was blocking the outside of the other post. Fortunately for him, the shot went wide to the short side. It's cross pool to Crump. Works it up top to McLaughlin. The two lefties working together. 10 seconds in the shot clock. Asher Schwartz with the easy save on the outside shot from Ryan McLaughlin. His fourth save of the game. And now it's Engelberg. He's got room. He's in and he scores. Beautifully placed shot right under the armpit of goalie Dan Tumalo. Washington University in St. Louis goal hit on the counterattack. His third goal of the game, scored by number 8, Jack Engelberg. Time of the goal, 4:42. The score now Bears 6, Lions 3. Turning the corner is McLaughlin's foul and shoot. Drops it in the center. Great pass. Washington University and St. Louis exclusion for going over top of the center forward to play the ball. His first of the game called against number 3, Luke Bauer. New shot clock on the rebound retrieval for the Nittany Lions. Curling and shooting and scoring is Colin Henry. The senior from Pennsburg, Pennsylvania, saw the blocking lanes put up by the Bears and decided he needed to curl around from the deep right wing and get a better angle, and he did. Penn State power play goal, his first of the game, scored by number 10, Colin Henry. Time of the goal, 4:03. The score now Bears 6, Lions 4. Oh, and a lovely pass and tip. The pass in from Nick Hernandez, a graduate student from Cupertino, California. The tip on the drive by number 19, Matteo Dal Olmo. Washington University in St. Louis goal on the drive and tip. His first of the game, scored by number 19, Matteo Dal Olmo. Time of the goal, 3:49. Nice steal on the play, made on the deep left wing. All alone in front. A penalty shot has been called against Penn State's against number 9, Louis Porter, for 2 hands down, playing the ball. And a very quick release shot from Antonio Trendler. Washington University and St. Louis penalty shot goal, his second of the game, scored by number 5, Antonio Mendez-Trendler. Time of the goal, 3:20. Score now, Bears 8, Lions 4. But right away, Penn State responds with the outside shot from Ryan McLaughlin. Penn State outside shot goal, his third of the game, scored by number 7, Ryan McLaughlin. Time of the goal, 3:08. The score now, Bears 8, Lions 5. So Penn State stops the run from the Bears, pulls to within 3. Going to have to do a better job of defending the counterattack. That was a good switch by Ryan McLaughlin. Foul and shoot opportunity coming up. But up for the task is Dan Tumalo, who saves the ball and scrambles out to get his rebound. 7th save of the game. Up top, curling with the ball is Fensel. Trying to draw a foul. His shot is tipped, but retrieved by McLaughlin, who's turning now. He has a foul and shoot opportunity. He'll probably take it. He does, and it's blocked at the defense. But new shot clock on the rebound retrieval. Washington University and St. Louis exclusion for holding on the drive. His first of the game called against number 9, Jacob Shenfield. On the save and change of possession, Washington University back to full strength. Ill-advised shot taken there. Short side pass, shooting short side low. Almost always results in a turnover, and in this case it did. That's another short side pass, short side low shot, resulting in a turnover. The save by Dan Tumalo, his 8th. Penn State will continue its offensive attack after a full team timeout. So Todd Roth wants to talk things over with his team, not wanting things to get out of hand. Still lots of time left. Minute and a half in the third quarter. And the fourth quarter still to be played. But Penn State needs to find a way to clog up the middle and make sure men are marked inside 4 meters in order to prevent the types of goals that Washington University has been scoring. Credit to the Bears, though, for finding the open man and looking on the counterattack for these players. We'll be back with what happens after the timeout with 1:33 remaining in the third quarter. 3-goal advantage for the Bears. So the Lions on the attack. Ordinary foul. McLaughlin trying to turn the corner, had 2 men on him. Moves it up top to Jaglenski. Offensive turnover called against number 3, Jacob Harkins. We're pushing off for separation in the center. Offensive turnover foul called against number against Washington University in St. Louis's looks like number 8, Jack Engelberg. He was then excluded for delay of game for throwing the ball away. On the change of possession on the Penn State power play, Washington University in St. Louis is back to full strength. Shot clock violation called against Washington University in St. Louis. Offensive foul called in the center against number 3, Jacob Harkins of Penn State. And the score at the end of 3 quarters of play. Washington University in St. Louis Bears 8, Penn State Nittany Lions 5. Things have gotten very heated in the last few minutes of the game, with both teams turning the ball over on offensive chances after earning exclusions. We'll see what happens in the 4th quarter. Will the Nittany Lions crawl back into it, or will the Bears be able to fend them off and secure a place in the top 8? We'll be back. You're watching CWPA coverage of the 2024 Collegiate Men's National Club Championships, coming to you from the University of Florida.
Custom ball options. You'll see in my right hand here is a laser etched ball, and you can see that we have 5meter.com is the company that had these balls made. The two differences really with a custom printed ball is this ball is painted on, and the 5-meter ball is laser etched into the ball. This is exactly how it looks. And then we have our custom balls for schools, clubs, high schools, whatever you name it. Lots of people do it. And this is actually screened on the ball. But you have to do 60 balls on this side, 12 balls on the laser etch. Cap 7 Water Polo Hydro Splash Ball is the best skip ball for any kid in America. Anyone going on vacation near the ocean or the pool should get one of these for their kids. You won't regret it. Get your Hydro Splash Ball at cap7.com. Hi, I'm Wolf Weiger with Cap 7. There's one more quarter to go in this game. 4th quarter coming up now.
Number 19 in the dark cap, Mateo Del Olmo, swimming off for Washington University in St. Louis against number 6 in the white cap, Brian Oglensky, winning the swim off for the Nittany Lions to begin the fourth quarter. Ill-advised pass into the center, looking for Nathan Weaver, but the London, Canada player was surrounded. Penn State exclusion. Penn State exclusion is first of the game called against number 4, Matthew Fensel. Power play, Bears. 4-2 formation. Asking the ball is Jack Engelberg down on the right wing, but electing to shoot was James Sutton. He sails it over the bar. On the missed shot and change of possession, Penn State back to full strength. Now it's in front, and the penalty shot is earned. A penalty shot has been called against Washington University in St. Louis's number 10, James Sutton, going over top of a player to play the ball from behind when the player has clear access to the goal inside 5 meters. Penn State penalty shot goal, his 4th of the game, scored by number 7, Ryan McLaughlin. Time of the goal, 5:59. Score is now Bears 8, Lions 6. So creeping back, down 2 now. Penn State will have to defend. Washington University in St. Louis looking to score, and they do! Washington University and St. Louis Bears goal is 2nd of the game, scored by number 19, Mateo Del Olmo. Time of the goal, 5:48. Score now Bears 9, Lions 6. Only took a few seconds for the Bears to get that goal back, and only a few seconds for Penn State to get that goal back. Penn State outside shot goal is 4th of the game, scored by number 7, Ryan McLaughlin. Time of the goal, 5:40. Score now Bears 9, Lions 7. Almost a steal, but the Bears continue to control. Pass onto the post, and what a great backhand from Antonio Trendler, catching defender Danny Crump completely by surprise, and goalie Dan Tumalo. Washington University in St. Louis backhand goal is 3rd of the game, scored by number 5, Antonio Trendler. Time of the goal, 5:22. Score now Bears 10, Lions 7. Now it's in front, and another penalty shot for Penn State. Nathan Weaver doing his job in the center. Penalty shot awarded to Penn State for hitting the player's arm about to shoot. Penn State penalty shot goal, his 5th of the game, scored by number 7, Ryan McLaughlin. Time of the goal, 5:06. Score now Bears 10, Lions 8. And now it's Jack Engelberg. Cross pool, up top for Sutton. Sutton backhand pass in, but crashing back nicely. Steal the ball was Brian Ugolensky. The long pass and backhand is saved by Asher Schwartz. Del Almo down the wing, into the center. Oh, nice defensive play there by Yelagensky. He's made several great steals. Washington University Bears exclusion for pulling back on the drive. On the save and change of possession, the Bears will be back to full strength. Seven saves for Asher Schwartz. Now it's in the center. Crump on the foul. His counterpart Wilbert flips the ball out. It's cross pool up top. Offensive turnover foul. Ball under. Called against number 4, Jude Lucia. And then on the subsequent turnover by Penn State, Washington University and St. Louis will go to the attack after a full team timeout. Well, the Penn State Nittany Lions make a couple of good plays on defense and promptly turn the ball back over. Can't afford to do that. Just under 3.5 minutes to go, halfway through the fourth quarter. We'll be back right after the timeout. Bears come out of the timeout and get set to line up. Asher Schwartz heads back to the cage. The ball will be put in play by Andrew Wilbert. And the set play runs beautifully as again the Penn State defense breaks down in front of the goal. Trying to steal the ball was Del Olmo, but he goes over the shoulder to do it. Nittany Lions retain. Exclusion, his second of the game, was called against Washington University and St. Louis's number 5, Antonio Trendler. Penn State power play goal is second of the game, scored by number 16, Nathan Weaver. Time of the goal, 2:59. Score now, Bears 11, Nittany Lions 9. So we're set up for a good finish if the Nittany Lions can have a couple of stops. Coming in, Nick Hernandez. Penn State exclusion for contact to the head. His first of the game called against number 4, Matthew Fensel. Power play, Bears. Walking in and shooting, and it's blocked out, but then tipped out. Dan Tumalo tipping the ball over the bar and out of play. Corner throw and new shot clock awarded to Washington University in St. Louis. Teams are now back to full strength. Oh, and again, the Penn State defense allows somebody to sit on the 2-meter line right in front of the net with nobody guarding him. Fortunately, backhands it over the bar and out of play. You catch a huge break, that would have been a nail in the coffin. Sutton, cross pool, open net, oh, and he drops the ball. Danny Crump unable to corral the pass, which was right in his hand. Less than 2 minutes to go. The Nittany Lions now looking at trying to tie the game and send it into overtime. But they're going to need some stops. 10 seconds in the shot clock. Controlling it is Engelberg. Foul on the perimeter. Delay of game called against number 4, Jude Lisea of Washington University in St. Louis for throwing the ball away. On the change of possession, Penn State will go to the offense after its full team timeout. Minute 14 to go. The Nittany Lions are going to have to draw something up to score out of the timeout, then defend, and then score again. 2 consecutive attacks in order to send the game into overtime. The task is real simple for Washington University in St. Louis. Stop this attack and likely sew up the game. So let's see what Penn State comes up with out of the timeout. On the left wing into the center, hard turn. Washington University in St. Louis exclusion for holding on the turn. Called against number 2, Andrew Wilbert. Power play, Penn State. On the change of possession, Washington University in St. Louis back to full strength and will go on the offense after its full team timeout. Well, the Nittany Lions threw the ball away to the goalie, who promptly was being pressured and threw the ball away, but right back to Penn State. So there was no re-entry, or there could have been, because technically Asher Schwartz had control. Needless to say, the Nittany Lions then promptly threw it right back to Washington University in St. Louis, resulting in this timeout. 45 seconds to play in the game, and Washington University in St. Louis merely needs to hang on to the entire shot clock, leaving only 14 seconds for the Nittany Lions to try and score 2 goals, which is not impossible, but highly improbable. In earlier games today, the number 1 seed UC San Diego Tritons handled Florida State 18-4. The number 2 seed Florida Gators were over Iowa State 27-5. The number 3 seed Cal Maritime Keel Haulers defeated the Army Cadets 16-9. The number 13 seed Texas A&M Aggies upset the number 4 seed Michigan Wolverines 11-9. And the number 5 seed Cal Poly triumphed over number 12 seed Georgia Tech. So it's run-out mode for the Bears. Doing a good job of playing keep away and using up the clock. Six seconds in the shot clock. 20 in the game, or in the fourth quarter, I should say. Delay of game called against number 19, Matteo Dall'Olmo, for throwing the ball away. On the change of possession, Penn State will go to the offense after its 30-second repositioning timeout. Ten seconds in the fourth quarter. The Bears are going to move on into the top 8. Full marks for their victory. Dan Tumalo waiting for the ball. The supply chain and information systems. Now they're going to pull him out. Cap switch for Penn State. Number 1, Dan Tumalo, coming out, replaced by number 14, Kerr Redner. So 7-on-6, and a lob shot immediately misses. A penalty shot has been called against number 1, Asher Schwartz of Washington University in St. Louis, committing a foul with no defenders behind him to the goal line. So Ryan McLaughlin will try to add to his 5-goal total. And he does not, as he sails the field goal. Three seconds to play. And the final score, the Washington University and St. Louis Bears 11, Penn State Nittany Lions 9. Washington University and St. Louis advances to tomorrow morning's quarterfinal matches. Penn State will play again tonight in the consolation round. The player of the game, in a losing cause, with 5 goals from Penn State, number 7, Ryan McLaughlin. Unfortunately, player of game status not enough to help Penn State to victory. The Washington University and St. Louis Bears on to the quarterfinals with an 11-9 win. We'll see what happens to both teams. Penn State playing later tonight. Washington University in the quarterfinals tomorrow morning. You have been watching CWPA coverage of the 2024 Collegiate Club Men's National Championships in Water Polo, coming to you from O'Connell Pool at the University of Florida campus. Have a good day.